Now, I want to make this statement. I've been just a little leery about saying it, but tonight I feel just a little bit dressed up. Don't know whether you noticed it or not, but that's the suit the sister gave me. I appreciate it very much. Thank you very much. God bless that sister, and thank you all. People sending me nice ties, shirts, socks. I was a little afraid to say anything about it on the platform. Maybe somebody thought that I was get the wrong impression. I was just saying it just because maybe, oh no, I don't think that. But it's so appreciated, I just couldn't let the people do things like that and then let me not mention it someplace. Some of them don't even put their address on it. I couldn't say the woman's name that bought me that clothes. I couldn't. She never let her the right hand, left hand know what the right hand was doing, I suppose. But I appreciate it from the depths of my heart. And I'll say this, my dear sister, and to all you others, you never give anything to anyone in your life that appreciates it any more than I do. That's right. I do. And the Bible said, insomuch as you have done unto the least, that's me, of my little ones, you have done it unto me. He who receives the righteous man in the name of a righteous man receives the righteous man's reward. Whoever receives a prophet in the name of a prophet receives the prophet's reward. And I trust that God will return it to you 100-fold. And I'm sure if God lets me keep my right mind, I'll never be in bar rooms because I don't go to those places. Never was one. And I only go to church and to my home and out to visit the sick. That's where I go. And I'll trust that God, while preaching in this suit, will let me win thousands of people. And I pray that the Holy Spirit will so anoint that those people who even come by, many of them as they did in Arkansas, the touch will be healed by His glorious power. And in glory, when life is all finished, our earthly journey is over, I hope I'm standing near when I see Him put the great white robe on you. I'll bow my head and bow. Thank the Lord for clothing you in His righteousness to be the King. God ever be with you, my friend. One time I thought it wasn't right to receive a present someone give you. Brother Sheridan, a man, corrected me on that. He said, Brother Branham, I hate to correct you on anything, but said, you're mistaken there. Said, you called those people but not receiving their present. You called them to lose their reward. He said, it's more blessed to give than it is to receive. And he told me his story. I hear it, I just believe I'd tell this right now. It just comes to my mind for a moment. John T. Sheridan, Phoenix, Arizona, one of the business managers of the campaign. Many of you met him, no doubt. Does anybody here would happen to know Brother Sheridan? Anybody? John Sheridan, Phoenix, Arizona. Well, he's a product of God's Bible School in Cincinnati, Ohio. The dean of the college was just talking to me a long distance a few moments ago. Very fine man, Brother Stanley. Many of you heard Brother Stanley from the God's Revivalist. He's in my house waiting for me now. And he and Brother Raymond T. Ritchie. Many of you heard of him, haven't you, from Houston, Texas. I think he belongs to the Church Assemblies of God and has his evangelist temple there. And so, Brother Sheridan, he was born kind of a fellow that didn't have very much of the world's goods. His father was a very poor man, and he was very rowdy, and he left his mother. John Sheridan, about 15 years ago, was selling apples at a nickel apiece out in front of him like this in St. Louis, Missouri. Apples, couldn't have a cart to take care of his mother. And he had an impediment of speech. He couldn't talk at all. He'd go to talk, he'd just stand and he'd try again. Like he'd go say good evening, he'd say good. What do I say? Good. That's not what you try to get. Awful bad. Well, but he began to seek the Lord when he was a boy. And all the boys was running out to different places with the young ladies. He said, Lord, I'm going to trust you. I'd be awful out trying to talk to a young lady, but I want to be married and have children. And I'm going to serve you, and you give me a wife. And he committed to the Lord. At the age of about 25, if he could have passed every woman by him in the world, he couldn't have got a better one than what he got. God gave it to him. Lovely little companion. But one great thing, he loved children so well. She was barren. He was married for many, many years. 6, 7, 8, 10 years, no children. He cut concrete on the street 25 cents an hour to make a living. And they'd save their money, and they'd bought a little 3-room house. I think it cost about $1,500 that time of the Depression. And they'd paid and paid and paid and tried and paid till they paid all of it off. But just about time they got it all paid off, they had a revival in Chief. And there was a man by the name of Dr. Sutton. Don't know whether you know him or not. He was a birth Canadian. A full gospel preacher. He came down there to Phoenix. And he was staying in a tourist camp. And the Lord appeared to Brother Sheriff one night in a dream. He said to him, take your silverware and your clothes and your wife and leave your home and turn that over to Brother Sutton. Think of it. After about 10 years of hard labor in the Depression, saving and striving, and the Lord told him to turn that place over to Dr. Sutton, which was a well-known minister. Brother Sheriff, all right, Lord. Went to his little companion and said, honey, the Lord has spoke to me and told me to turn our house over, just take our silverware and our clothes and turn the house over to Dr. Sutton. When he went and told her, she said, all right, dear. She believed in her husband. That the Lord said to you to do that, God's got something else for us to do. So he turned all he had now, and he didn't have no place to take his wife that night. And they found a tourist camp. It cost 75 cents. And they stayed in a tourist camp that night. He was making 25 cents an hour, cutting concrete on the street. That's right. Working daily work. Great big man, weighs about 225 pounds. And about a week later, some rich lady told him if she would move some of the things back in her garage, if he wanted to live in her garage up towards Camelback Mountain, you know where this place is, kind of a real aristocratic part of the country, something else. Said, if you'll keep my yard trimmed of a evening when he come in, keep the grass watered and so forth, said you can live in my garage free. He moved up there without one thing, got some boxes, got him a spring laid on the floor, got him a mattress, and him and his wife slept there. And Brother Sutton said, Brother Sherrod, I don't. He said, the Lord has said to me to do that. That's all right. And he went on, and he was that way about a year. Lived a good Christian life. And finally, the lady that he lived with was a multi-millionaire woman. And she, seeing his honesty, he was a Christian, it's like a Daniel down in Babylon. She went to him one day, she said, John, said, you know what? The Lord spoke to me last night in a dream and told me that I was to loan you $10,000 to go in business. Why, he said, I couldn't talk. I said, lady, I can't even talk. I'll never make a businessman. She said, but the Lord told me to do this, and here's the check. She said, well, I can't take it. So I don't want $10,000 laying on my... No, So she said, but the Lord said for me to give it to you. I've noticed you being a good, honest man. Seen you reading the Bible. And I got me a Bible and was reading. And the Lord told me to give you a check, loan it to you for $10,000 to go in business. Well, he took the check. He didn't know what to do. And he went on, and one evening he was walking up to see a little old 5-room house for sale for $2,000. Well, he went down there and cashed the check and bought it for $2,000 and went out there, him and his wife, began to knock the plastering off of the place and replastered it at night. Him and his wife worked together. And he plastered up the house, fixed it around, and put a sale sign up on it. And if he'd have got $3,000, he'd have made money. And he sold it for $6,000. The day John's church worth $500,000. That's been about 6-7 years ago since it started. Worth $500,000. He's the father of 3 fine little children. Oh my! He said, Brother Branham, what if Dr. Sutton wouldn't have taken what God told me? You wanted to do? And now he said there, said, Lord, whenever I see your program, he had so much money. He said, I don't own, you own Orange Grove Ranch houses. He owns the big Thunderbird Ranch there, one of the greatest in Arizona. He said, all these things, and he said, I've got more money than I know what to do with. And God gave him a fine little girl, then a little boy, then a little girl. That's the reason his Christmas tonight. The little baby's just recently born. His wife had been married for all these years, and now his married children just doing. Oh, what a happy family. And he said, when I come to see him, he said, went up to the meeting one night, and he said, Lord, is that what you're talking about? And then he said, come to me and said, Brother Branham, you don't owe me a penny, but if I can pack your hat or bring your coat, I want to be in the campaign. I had prayer for him, and he calmly restored his speech back to him again. Now he's healed with his fine home, every word, gives us tithes to the Lord of everything he makes. Oh my, just blessed, so it is more. Now she wants to write just like John P. Sheriff, East Arizona. Look at this. And that's the testimony himself. Now he's printing tracts and everything, scattering the gospel everywhere. He'll probably be with us shortly again in the campaign. It's more blessed to give than it is to receive. Now, that isn't saying you let God tell you what to do. And when God tells you, as Mrs. Jones over there is a widow woman and needs some clothes, and she speaks to you to go help that widow woman, you go help her. You do that. Because, listen, friends, all the money that we have is going to pass away. There won't be no more. It's just the eternal things, it's the things that we have in our soul. Is that right? We came into the world naked, we go out of the world naked. As Job said, the Lord gave, the Lord taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. That's right.